You are an experienced politician. You know, manifestos are what we call wish lists. People come here and promise us the earth. What would have to change in how we're managing the money that we have?
We're wasting money, a lot of it. There's something called deputy ministers. You don't know them. No one knows them. We don't know what they're doing. Yet they get paid a lot of money. In Parliament, we meet every day. Legislatures don't meet every day. MECs, premiers. You don't need these provinces. For what? We need to build a unitary state. From the provincial monies alone, we'll be able to save a lot of resources. I'm married to quality, and people must be hired according to merits.
So, part of what I think South Africa's problem is not lack of resources or money. We know we've got resources, we've got minerals and so on. We actually also have people with skills.
Yes, absolutely.
And we do have the money. So I think part of our problem is managing our coffers. So in your view, you would have to restructure how we are managing, or what do you think would have to happen? Because the money is there, but we're certainly not seeing it do what it's supposed to do. In your view, apart from some of the policies that you've given us, what would have to change in how we're managing the money that we have?
We have to look at what are the conditions of our domestic workers. They make us to be what we are, but they are not properly paid. And you look at the farm workers. Without them, we can't eat the food we're eating. And the farmers become more rich and they exploit the workers. So what we look at is what could be a reasonable figure. And that is not like the maximum. That minimum wage means the entrance level. And remember, when we increase for domestic workers, it means your salary as well must go up. And therefore, we cannot paralyze you. People say, no, but where am I going to get this money? This is what I'm earning as the employer of this domestic worker. We say, once we push the lower ones up, you guys are also going to get the notch. And then we will be able to support our domestic workers. I think we've got the minimum wage now in South Africa sitting at 3.5. Yes. And that was almost maybe 5 years ago, because that we spoke about in 2019 in Parliament. So it can't be 3.5 even now. There should be some difference which explain that the cost of living is too high, and it's important that we try to meet them halfway.
So part of what I think South Africa's problem is not lack of resources or money. We know we've got resources, we've got minerals and so on. We actually also have people with skills.
Yes, absolutely.
And we do have the money. So I think part of our problem is managing our coffers. So in your view, you would have to restructure how we are managing, or what do you think would have to happen? Because the money is there, but we're certainly not seeing it do what it's supposed to do. In your view, apart from some of the policies that you've given us, what would have to change in how we're managing the money that we have?
We're wasting money, a lot of it. There's something called deputy ministers. You don't know them. No one knows them. We don't know what they're doing. Even when a minister goes overseas, the deputy minister is not allowed to act. He's not a member of cabinet. Paid a lot of money, houses, cars, Pretoria, Cape Town. That's a waste of money. But equally, why do you need provincial premiers? Why do you need MECs? Why do you need provincial legislatures? Because the Limpopo legislature, I don't know, the day they meet, it becomes, a Christmas. Everybody has to know they are going to meet. But in Parliament, we meet every day. Legislatures don't meet every day. They meet that day. Yet they get paid a lot of money. MECs, premiers. Now, you don't need these provinces. For what? We need to build a unitary state. From the provincial monies alone, we'll be able to save a lot of resources. And someone says, so what are we going to do with these workers? They will still have their roles there, but they will be redefined. And those that do not add value because they were cadre deployment which there's nothing wrong with the cadre deployment, by the way. But the problem with the ANC cadre deployment is qualification. It doesn't consider qualifications. It considers loganeering, who can sing the loudest. So I supported you to be a mayor. You're going to make me head of technical services. But my qualification is a history teacher. That's why you've got a problem of sewer. When you have a blockage of sewer everywhere, don't make noise. Just go and check who is the head of technical services here in them. The person has got no qualification. He's a member of SATU. They are comrades. They sing together. They employ each other. So cadre deployment must be on merits and must be on the basis that, yes, we prefer you, but you must go and compete. I mean, I participate in hiring of judges, and I get there with a name in my mind like, yo, I just like this guy. Like, this is the one. In the interviews, it just becomes pop. I'm no longer part of those things. I came with it, but you must still perform. I'm not married to the name. I'm married to quality, and people must be hired according to merit. So there are so many areas where we can maximize in terms of resources. But the biggest problem is corruption, which is not punishable. Because you can steal the money anyhow you want. It doesn't matter. Gweda Mantashe agreed that Bosasa installed cameras. He didn't deny it. Nomvula agreed that he ate chickens every December. Bosasa was sending the chickens that are supposed to go to Lindela and prisons were going to Nomvula's house. She ate those chickens. She didn't deny. Thaba Makwetla said, I'm waiting for the invoice. For too long waiting for invoice, like how is the email not working? He says the service is provided, I was going to pay, I was waiting for invoice. Pure lies. You've got this classical example of people who said, yes, I know what you're talking about. But he doesn't charge them. They don't get arrested. There's not even a threat that they will be arrested. So how are you going to stop corruption? Enter any government building. And Floyd makes this point with ease. He says, you know, when you enter government buildings, for a second you'll even think there are no adults in this building. What do you mean? He says a ceiling is falling and an adult is working under that falling ceiling. An adult sees nothing wrong with that. Only children, when a ceiling is falling, they can't attend to it. Why would elderly people behave in a manner our people are behaving? So it's one of those things that we have a responsibility when we take over to instill a different culture. We are not in the business of business. We're in the business of politics. And I just see us being sidetracked by such things. And then it appears like we're here for the monies. And that's why we're very skeptical. But I can tell you that, you know, by just looking at how we conduct our affairs, you will have an idea what kind of government is coming into power. We own the building that we are in, Winnie-Madikizela Mandela House. We're not renting it. We're owning it. It's an EFF property. We've got studios, state-of-the-art, podcast, television, radio, everything of the EFF. Every kind of event we put together, you'll realize is run with some sense of professionalism, of people who know what is expected from them. And then when we go to intervene in building people's houses, one there, two there, because we don't have money, but we try and make a contribution and then go and renovate old age home, orphanages, walk into those areas where the EFF has touched. You'll be able to see the kind of government we will expect when we take over in 2024. So, well, the TG will have to deal with that of the business of business, because I agree, it doesn't necessarily have to be the EFF, but it has to be our own black-owned, business opportunities and economic opportunities that we should support and build, even if we are not in government. And we try to do that. We support a lot of business. When we were in Moses Mabhida now, we went to hire 20 catering companies that were black owned, and majority of them led by Africans, because we try by all means to empower our own people. So it's an idea that we can discuss in the EFF. We're open to it, but a business, I know what it can do to an organization. Man, look at Chancellor House, got corrupted, messed up Midupi, and everywhere else they put their hand. So there was another one of the ANC called Tebe, and in the process, people hijack them for their own individual benefits. Remember, I established an EFF company now. We do business of the EFF. I must leave at some point, and I must leave those things there. And then the organizational memory disappears, and people say, no, but this is mine. And then it goes and benefit a family. So I don't know. The TG will be able to advise us whether we should get involved in business, but I'm not keen.
There you have it, guys. Julius Malema is usually full of these revolutionary speeches. Sometimes you wonder where he gets them from. But whatever the case is, we really hope that his wisdom transcends, and really contributes to the development of Africa and in helping solving Africa's really myriad of challenges. But what do you guys think about his speech? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please share and like and subscribe, because that's the way you support Kwazemi as a channel, an Afrocentric channel, where we try to understand deeper issues in African history and hopefully develop a collective intelligence on how we wish to build the Africa we want to see as people of Africa. See you in the next one.